Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Anushka, aka The Aggressive Empath. It's a beautiful morning today, and I thought let's start with the December monthly readings. Of course, we're going to go in order. We'll start with Aries, and this reading is going to be in two sections. The first part is going to talk about the general energy for the collective. It covers all themes from your life, could be your personal life, your social life, work, family, health, finances, anything that comes up. And the second part of the reading is going to focus more on your love life. What person are you interacting with, you're connecting with, what is the nature of your relationship, what you can expect, what could be the challenges, so on and so forth. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's start with Aries. What do we have for the collective? The general message for the collective. Okay, let's have a look. We have the Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, Justice, the Five of Swords, and the World as the overall energy. Aries, I am getting that this month you're trying to put a next step towards something. You're trying to take the next step towards something. I think you've been brewing it for a while. You've been holding off on taking legitimate, strong action. And you've also been deep in your thoughts. Maybe someone has given you certain advice and you've just been feeling like, is this the right call for me? I'm kind of getting this is more on the professional side of things. You were coming in with this open heart, this very playful, open, carefree energy, just taking in, whatever comes your way, especially with the Page of Cups. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, someone you've been interacting with has kind of put you in two minds. With the Five of Swords, I feel like there was some conversation about this work plan that probably didn't go very well. That conversation left you feeling lost or defeated and just out of sorts. But with the Justice card here, I feel like you are going to find, yeah, please focus. I think with the Justice card, you're going to be finding more of a balance this month. And finally, with the King of Pentacles, I see you stepping into a more dedicated, more committed, more disciplined like schedule and just a way of working, which I know as an Aries might be tough because Aries is a very fiery sign. It just acts on impulse. If Aries is going to have an idea, they're not going to hold back, they're just going to jump to it. But maybe someone has kind of advised you not to do that. I'm going to be looking more into this. But yeah, you were coming in with an open heart, with this fiery energy, but you're kind of stuck here. The Two of Wands. You're just waiting to maybe get more information, to get a little more experience before you take this big step. I will be clarifying this card by card. So let's see what messages are coming up for the collective. Why is the Two of Wands here? What is Aries waiting on? Why is the Two of Wands here? The Ten of Cups. And the Knight of Swords. I feel like someone really close to you, possibly a family member, they kind of gave you a push, which, took you from step 1 to step 2, from the ace to the 2. But now you're feeling stuck again. Maybe you're feeling like, oh, if I go any further, maybe this person will not be very happy about it. Like, especially with the Knight of Swords, maybe this person has not been very kind with their words. Maybe they've been a little harsh. Maybe they've even been quick to dismiss you, quick to judge you or your plans or your motivations. So yeah, this month you're just trying to take it one day at a time rather than jumping into this head first like you normally would. More about the Justice card. What is the Justice card doing here? What is the Justice card telling Aries? What kind of things? Oh, the Lovers wanted to jump out. Air energy. It's a lot of air. The King of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. With the Lovers clarifying the Justice card and the King of Wands and Eight of Pentacles here, maybe you are holding back on taking big actions unless you're very, very sure that this is something that's right for you. This is something that completely makes sense for you. So you do feel connected to this cause, to this idea, to this project maybe. This is something that you've possibly been working on for a while with the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe this is something that you've been working on for a while and you felt quite confident, like with the King of Wands. I'm getting that you have been feeling quite confident in yourself, in your skills, but with the Justice and the Lovers here, I feel like you are trying to find like an agreeable middle ground here. You don't want to be very impulsive and take things too far and get all in over your head. So you're just trying to wait. I feel like you're at a definite crossroads here, especially with two majors showing up here, both air energy. So maybe you are holding back from maybe signing in to a new contract, or like getting into any kind of verbal agreement, or maybe just having more discussions, because the air suit rules your communication, your thoughts, your intellect. So yeah, I think that's you've been holding on, like holding out on putting your plans in full gear. You're just like, okay, maybe I'll just go from second to third rather than like jumping straight from second to fifth gear. Bad analogy, never mind. The Lovers card usually talks about some sort of choice to be made. And this is not some random choice. This is not deciding, oh, should I have pizza for dinner or should I have chole chawal for dinner? It's not like that. It's about something that's deeply meaningful to you, maybe something that you really deeply care about, especially like, with the Lover's name, like it's right there in the name, that this is something that you really feel deeply about. You possibly love this idea, you possibly love this opportunity, but you're making a choice here. Like, is this the right thing for me to do? I think you're going back and forth on that, and you really want to do what's right. Especially with the Justice card, I feel like, you're holding out on getting into any kind of agreements, because Justice is a Libra rule card. Moving on, I want to see why the Five of Swords is here. Why the Five of Swords? Five of Swords usually talks about this painful argument or discussion where you know that you are having this conversation just for the sake of it, and at the end of it, it's just going to be chaos. Nobody's going to be a winner. Like it's a lose-lose situation. The Five of Swords is usually a lose-lose discussion or a lose-lose argument. Like nobody is going to walk out of it as a winner. You both lose something. Like both parties lose something. So why the Five of Swords? The Hangman and the Two of Pentacles again. I think this month is about reassessing your priorities. This person, this close person that I was talking about, that is possibly holding you back. Not holding you back in a sense of not wanting to see you succeed, but not wanting you to be very impulsive and not having you fall, on your face because you weren't prepared enough. The Two of Pentacles, sorry. This talks about balancing and assessing your priorities in a very practical, tangible way. So there could be thoughts about, is it financially feasible, this project or this thing that you have, that you want to bring to life, this thing or idea that you've been waiting on, is it financially feasible? Does it fit into your routine? How does this thing pertain to your regular everyday life? because the pentacle suit is earth energy, so it's all about your real life in the material world, very 3D. And the hangman here, this is Pisces energy. I think with the hangman here, someone is wanting you to pause and just try to broaden your horizons. Just wanting you to see things from a different perspective, because maybe there's a possibility that your vision, your plan, no matter how well thought out or well researched it is, maybe you're not seeing certain things that you should be seeing. Maybe you should approach this from a different perspective. So I think this is what you're coming into this month. Yes, you have this great idea which you started with good momentum, but you're kind of stuck with. And yeah, this person close to you that I'm getting, they are wanting you to be careful. So this month they are asking you to just wait, hold on, maybe wait for a few weeks, for a month or two. Do your research, just observe things, get in all the information that you can, and then maybe make a choice. And I feel like they kind of hurt your feelings with the Five of Swords here. But they really do want you to just reassess your priorities and be very sure before you step into making this decision. Okay, moving on to the Page of Cups. What is the Page of Cups telling Aries? The Ace of Pentacles and the Star. I think this month is about you stepping into a softer energy rather than constantly chasing something like a mad person. Like this is something that Aries is known for being a hothead, for being too impulsive, to jump onto things. I think this month you're being pushed to step into a softer energy, something that's more gentle, something that's more in alignment with your long-term goals, and also something that fulfills your heart more. Not just this rush or this race to get to a point where you're like, okay, I have this achievement, I've done it. This month, I see you stepping into a more stable timeline, doing things from the heart rather than with your head. Because Aries is the sign that rules the head as well. So maybe you are not being that impulsive, not being that quick to jump onto things, taking it one step at a time, but still keeping your heart open, still keeping your life open, more carefree, not setting a lot of pressure on yourself, but also looking at the more stable aspects of this process, of this path. Moving on to the heart of our reading, the King of Pentacles. I really like this card, especially for work, because the King of Pentacles is a very committed, dedicated, disciplined person. This person is in their right masculine energy. This person is a provider. This person is supportive. This person is quite wealthy also because he's the King of Pentacles after all. So let's look at why the King of Pentacles is here for Aries. The King of Pentacles. The Page of Swords with the Three of Swords and the Four of Wands. I think you have been quick with your words so far, but you've realized that talking more than acting, or words over actions are just going to make you hurt more with the Three of Swords. This is about pain. Come on, focus. The Three of Swords is about pain. It's about heartbreak. So you are kind of stepping into a more stable energy. You are focusing more on your plans. You're focusing more on your actions over words. So even while keeping that tiny, carefree energy, I still see you being more dedicated this month. Especially with the World card here, there is some sort of cycle ending. There is some sort of thing coming to completion. So what I'm getting is that you are kind of completing and ending this cycle of you being impulsive and overly explaining yourself and your plans. So I think this month you're going to step back from the oversharing, but you're still going to want to build something that's long-term, or at least has long-term potential. with the Ace of Pentacles, because it's still a start. It's not like there yet, but yes, it's a much more stable, much more well thought out start. And even with the Four of Wands here, so stable ground, you're going to reach a certain stability with your work, especially with this project or this idea that you've been meaning to start, but you've kind of been in a limbo. You've kind of been waiting for things to work out for you. But this month, you're kind of taking charge, not from an impulsive point of view, but from a very stable, well thought out plan. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting for you for the collective this month. Okay, let's see what message does the universe have for Aries, for the collective this month. What message? The void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything aligned must go. Anything unaligned must go, sorry. So, the universe is actually telling you to first take a step back, observe everything around you, see what aligns with you, and actually step into that winter energy. It's also asking you to question everything. And I think this is also what the hangman in the previous spread was asking you to do. Wait up. Don't jump to anything. Look around you. Maybe get in some different perspectives. Question it, observe it silently, and only then act on it. So anything unaligned must go. And I think what you are realizing this month to be unaligned with you is this constant need to over-explain yourself. So I think that is something that must go with this month. Okay, thank you for watching. I will be moving on to the next segment of the reading, which is specifically for your love life. And if you just wanted to get the general spread, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great month, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you like my reading. Hi Aries, welcome to the love portion of the reading. This is going to be a 5-card spread to see what's going on in your love life, what is the person that you're connecting with, the nature of your relationship, possible challenges, what is the advice, all of it. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's see. This is going to be a 5-card spread like I mentioned. What do we have for Aries and their love life? So we're going to start with the person that you're connecting with. What are their feelings towards you, towards Aries? What does this person feel towards Aries? Oh. The Tower wanted to jump out. Influenced by the Fool. Oh, the Fool is Aries energy. And the Tower. So we have the Tower with the Fool here as this person's feelings towards you, Aries. How do you feel about this person? The Two of Pentacles wanted to jump out. And the Four of Cups. What is the possible challenge for you and this person this month? What could be the possible challenge that you are facing with this person this month? The Eight of Swords. What is your advice for your love life this month? Looking at your advice. Ace of Pentacles. And finally, what is your possible potential outcome with this person this month? What can Aries expect as an overall outcome this month with this person? The Five of Cups, okay? So Aries, for this person's feelings for you, we have the Tower card. This usually talks about some truth coming to light, some shock event, something that happens completely random, but there is always a very valid reason. Maybe there was some weak foundation, maybe there were things that were missing and you were ignoring, and now, it was time for the truth to come out. And with this coming up as their feelings, along with the Fool, I think someone, whether you or this person, has been coming in with very carefree energy, but maybe that has kind of shattered this person's perception of you, of this relationship. Maybe you are just very easygoing, very free flowing, and possibly they were expecting more from you. I will clarify this further. Why the Tower? Oh, as this person's feelings. The Eight of Pentacles wanted to jump out. Why the Tower as this person's feelings for Aries? The Page of Wands. I feel like the Page of Wands is quite similar to the Fool, because again, it's fire energy. This person can be impulsive, can be very easygoing. They talk to everybody, they chat with everybody, they have a lot going on for themselves. Not in a stable way, but just in a fun way. That, they're always doing something, they're kind of side questing all the time. And maybe this person was expecting you to be more patient or more dedicated to make things work. But because you've been showing up with this very free energy, so maybe this person is not getting the kind of seriousness that they were expecting from you. There is a possibility that they wanted you to show up in a more mature way. They wanted you to put more effort, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe they were expecting more maturity, more effort, more consistency from you. And you're not coming from a bad place here. I'm getting that you're not coming from this bad energy, especially with the Page of Wands, because this is not a bad person. This person is not being selfish, or it's not a person that comes with malice, but they just see the world with their rose-tinted glasses. That's what it is. They like going after things, they like side questing. They don't really think that much before acting. But maybe this is the reason why, in the recent past, I'm getting that this person, they had this illusion of you, and that has kind of been shattered, which is why they're coming in with the Tower as their energy. For your feelings towards this person, I got the Two of Pentacles, Earth energy, along with the Four of Cups. So let's clarify why the Two of Pentacles here. Why the Two of Pentacles? Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands. I feel like right now there is a lot going on in your life, especially with respect to this person. I think you've been going back and forth about this specific person and their place in your life. And you've kind of been trying to keep your cool, especially with the Four of Cups. You're trying to be a little disconnected. You're not coming off as very romantic, as someone who is pursuing this person very actively. Maybe this is why they've been feeling like, oh, maybe this person is not interested in me, which is kind of what the Four of Cups talks about. It talks about a little bit of disconnection, a little bit of apathy. And with the Seven of Swords here, I feel like you are not being completely honest with them. So with the Page of Wands and the Fool in the previous bit, I feel like you come with this energy that seems very, that seems like a very strong initiative. So you'll probably text them, you will interact with their posts, or you like their stories, maybe leave a nice message. But you're still not being fully honest to them, because you're kind of figuring out whether this person fits in your life at all. And you kind of, just go with the flow for now. Maybe a little too fast with the Eight of Wands here. Maybe things have been moving a little too quickly. You're just like, you know what, let me just see where this goes. I'm not getting too emotionally involved here. And that's what I'm getting. And this is possibly why this person is kind of having this illusion shattered that, oh, I thought Aries was really into me because they've been texting me, they've been liking my posts, and they've been, so active in pursuing me. But when it comes to commitment, when it comes to effort, that's not always very consistent. This is probably why. For the blockage this month in your love life, we have the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords could mean a few things. It could be about your fears and insecurities holding you back. It could be about restricted communication as well. Like, there are certain things in your mind, but maybe you're not saying those things out of fear, or maybe you feel like it's not going to be received very well. That could be one thing. With the Seven of Swords clarifying your feelings and the Eight of Swords as a blockage, I'm kind of getting that this blockage is more leaning towards you. You're kind of holding yourself back, and you're holding your thoughts back. You're not trying to get all up in your head about this person and this relationship. Trying to take it slow, trying to play it safe, emotionally speaking. So you don't mind the constant texting, you don't mind making plans with them, you don't mind meeting them. But you're still trying to figure out if you are emotionally involved enough to let this person into your life. Like, do they fit into your life? Look at the Eight of Swords. Why is the Eight of Swords here as the challenge? The Five of Wands with the Eight of Swords clarifying the blockage. I feel like you are internally going through a lot of gymnastics to figure out whether this person is right for you. And you are not really coming in with very clear boundaries. You're not coming in with clear strategy here. You're just coming in with a lot of chaos. You're possibly mixing past traumas or past negative experiences, and which is why it's all a chaos internally, and that is why you're keeping them at one arm distance emotionally, because there's a lot going on inside of you and also around you, like with the Two of Pentacles as your feelings. So you have a lot of internal chaos and you have a lot going on around you. You're juggling a lot of things internally and externally. So you're just kind of holding yourself back on purpose from getting too mentally or emotionally involved. You don't mind going out, you don't mind stepping out with them, texting them, talking to them. Putting in energy is not the problem here, but getting too close emotionally or mentally might be one of your blockages this month. Your advice this month is the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles talks about a stable start, something that's very grounded, something that starts with the hopes of taking it for a long term, for a longer run. So let's see why the Ace of Pentacles has come up as your advice. The Ten of Cups. I think you could potentially be very happy with this person, and not just romantic happy, but in a very larger sense of speaking. This could potentially be really good, in terms of family, in terms of friends coming together, how your life could look like with this person. I think this is a stable start here. So what the cards are telling you right now is to maybe step aside from your internal chaos and give this a real shot. That is your advice. Give this a real shot. Give yourself this real long-term, grounded, stable start to long-term happiness. The Ten of Cups is all about love and family and being supported and being surrounded by great feelings of happiness and joy and just warmth and support. The overall outcome for you this month in your love life is the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is actually a card about some sort of loss, some sort of grief. I really like the advice here, but I'm not too sure about the overall energy or the overall outcome here. Why the Five of Cups as outcome for Aries. The Five of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands. Aries, what I'm getting here as your outcome is that you have been keeping yourself disconnected. Maybe because of past losses and, just old cycles, old patterns. And this month, I think you should honor those past traumas and past experiences for what they were, what they taught you. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like this cycle is coming to a certain completion. So you can still have those heavy experiences and want to move forward with your life. That's what I'm getting. I think you should stop isolating yourself physically and mentally and emotionally and open your heart. Even though it is painful, the only way through the pain is, passing through it. The only way is through. Like, the more you isolate yourself, the more you think that, oh no, I will not connect with anybody to save myself from the pain, the longer you will carry that pain. And with the advice for you being positive, I feel like you should actually give this a real shot. Because this could be something that's really good for you, not just in terms of stability and practicality, but also in terms of emotional fulfillment. So yeah, I think this is something you should consider working towards. Of course, never let the cards tell you what to do. It's just giving you advice. What you choose to do is ultimately your decision, but overall, it looks good. You are coming in with a bit of chaos, and your person is also not sure how to take this, because they were expecting you to be more consistent with your actions. But because you have all this internal chaos, and also external chaos, you're managing a lot of things right now. So you can't possibly show up for this person the way that they want. That is why they're coming in with the Tower. So yeah. Moving on to the message from the universe with the Oracle. What is the universe's message for your love life, Aries? Looking at what is the universe's message. Inner Earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. That was also your monthly advice, to give this a real shot, to have a new solution and a new beginning. And you know what, even though if this feels really heavy, really difficult right now, this is a reminder that you will survive this. Deep cellular healing, physical and emotional healing. See, again, this is something that came up in your readings. It's just tying it all together. You do need to focus on physical and emotional healing, but you can no longer do it in isolation. So what the universe is telling you right now is work through your physical and emotional hurt, your trauma, your past experiences. They're very valid. It's not dismissing your hurt, but don't hold on to it. And most importantly, don't cut yourself off because of it. Focus on new beginnings. Focus on new solutions. You will survive this. That is what the universe is telling you. So yeah, this was your monthly love life reading, Aries. I hope this resonates with you. Let me know in the comments if it does. And yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you are interested in booking a private reading with me, I will leave the details in the description box below. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.